Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Curse of Oak Island. Arrival of Caissons means a big dig, but where will they excavate in Season 12? As filming continues for Season 12, the action has seriously ramped up for the Curse of Oak Island in the last couple of weeks, with the arrival of some heavy-duty equipment. So, Monsters and Critics is asking what the Fellowship of the Dig plans to do with this equipment. Where's the big dig happening? So far, we've seen the arrival of pumping equipment, a big crane, a massive new wash plant, sheet piling, and what looks like 20-foot-long caissons. A hammer grab has also been spotted crossing the causeway. All this points to a massive excavation. The pumping equipment and sheet piling will likely be used to hold back or control flood waters. The wash plant will sort through the spoils of earth, and the caissons will search for the actual treasure. As previously noted, the Curse of Oak Island producers and cast stay extremely tight-lipped, so we have to rely on information from others. The primary source of our info comes from Karen Publicover at Oak Island from the other side of the causeway, who posts pics to social media from her property beside the island. Jeff Freeman and his gang of Oak Island enthusiasts at his JFree 906 podcast are also super helpful. A couple of locations seem most likely. These are the Blob/Baby Blob and Aladdin's Cave. Oak Island team needs to dig for treasure at the Baby Blob. The Baby Blob is an area identified by geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner and his colleagues, who claim the water samples in this area contain a higher concentration of precious metals than anywhere else on the island. Crucially, Ian doesn't believe that the metals are occurring naturally and that treasure may be buried there. The area lies just a few feet west of the garden shaft, about 80 to 120 feet underground. The Baby Blob is a very manageable 20 feet by 20 feet, and it's high time they dug it up. The team was reluctant to dig there until recently because of the proximity to the garden shaft excavation. However, with work on the shaft on hiatus, maybe they decided to crack on with the Baby Blob. The guys did some exploratory borehole digging in the area last season but got no results. It seems like a no-brainer that it's time to move in the caissons. Oak Island team already said they need to put a caisson over Aladdin's Cave. Another area of interest is a cavern dubbed Aladdin's Cave by Marty Lagina. It lies about 60 feet southwest of the garden shaft and at a depth of roughly 150 feet. Last season, the guys twice sent a camera into the underwater cavern when they spied a possible tunnel-like entry point and a structure. The team did a sonar map of the cavern, but a sloping floor and a pile of deposits meant they couldn't see or map the whole area. Ian said there were precious metals in the water samples. He also found trace amounts of wood, which could indicate human activity. At the time, Marty said it was time to bring in a large caisson, and the team agreed with him. Of course, the team may be digging at both Aladdin's Cave and the Baby Blob, or maybe they found new evidence that sent them to another location. We'll likely have to wait until November to find out for sure. The anticipation is building as Season 12 of Asterisk, The Curse of Oak Island Asterisk approaches, with fans buzzing about the next big move in the quest to unearth the island's long-hidden treasures. For nearly a decade, the Lagina brothers and their dedicated team have turned over stone after stone, driven by an undying passion to solve the centuries-old mystery. With each season, the technology and resources at their disposal have advanced, culminating in major breakthroughs and cliffhangers. Now, with the arrival of Caissons, a new chapter in the island's history is set to begin, a chapter marked by an ambitious and meticulously planned excavation. But the big question remains, where exactly will they sink these colossal steel cylinders in Season 12? ## the Caissons, a game-changing technology. Caissons have been at the heart of some of the biggest discoveries in recent seasons. These massive steel tubes, capable of cutting through soil, rocks, and even ancient timbers, are lowered into the ground to stabilize the excavation area and allow the team to dig deeper than ever before. Essentially, they create a vertical tunnel that supports the earth around it, ensuring the dig remains safe and controlled. The introduction of caissons marked a significant evolution in the show's approach, shifting from broad exploratory digs to pinpointed, high-impact operations. In past seasons, we've seen them deployed in key areas like the infamous Money Pit Zone, where treasure is rumored to be buried over 200 feet below the surface. But with previous digs yielding tantalizing yet elusive clues, wooden structures, mysterious artifacts, and even traces of precious metals, the pressure is on to finally uncover something concrete. This season, the stakes are higher than ever. The arrival of new caissons suggests that the team has identified specific targets, perhaps based on the latest round of seismic surveys, historical research, or even newly discovered data from old maps. Speculation is rife among fans and experts alike. Will the caissons be deployed at a known location, or is there an entirely new hotspot that the team has set their sights on? ## revisiting the Money Pit. Is this the year? The Money Pit has always been the holy grail of Oak Island. According to legend, it's the very spot where treasure was buried centuries ago by either pirates, the Knights Templar, or some other shadowy group. Previous attempts to excavate this area have been fraught with challenges, from flooding shafts to collapsing tunnels, and more recently, the discovery of a labyrinth of interconnected voids and chambers. In Season 12, many believe that at least one of the caissons will be deployed in the Money Pit Zone, but with a more refined strategy. Last season's drilling operations and core samples hinted at the presence of a large, man-made structure deep underground, potentially an ancient treasure vault. The team also detected high concentrations of gold and silver in the surrounding water, reinforcing the idea that something valuable is hidden down there. If they do decide to double down on the Money Pit, this season's excavation could be a game changer. Equipped with the latest technology and armed with years of accumulated data, the Aladdins and their crew might finally be in a position to punch through the layers of traps and obstacles that have frustrated so many previous searchers. Could this be the year when Oak Island's greatest secret is finally revealed? The Curse of Oak Island has captivated audiences for over a decade, drawing viewers into the enigmatic quest for buried treasure on a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia. As Season 12 approaches, the anticipation is higher than ever. The arrival of caissons, a clear sign of a significant dig, signals that the Legina brothers and their team are preparing for a major excavation. But where will they focus their efforts this season, and what mysteries might they uncover? The legacy of Oak Island. Before delving into the specifics of Season 12, it's worth reflecting on the rich history and allure of Oak Island. The legend of buried treasure dates back to the late 18th century when a young boy named Daniel McGinnis discovered a depression in the ground and a block and tackle hanging from a tree. This simple discovery sparked what would become one of the most enduring treasure hunts in history. Over the years, numerous expeditions have sought to uncover the island's secrets, leading to various theories involving everything from pirate loot to the Holy Grail. The importance of caissons. Caissons are large, watertight structures used in underwater excavation, and their arrival on Oak Island is a game changer. In previous seasons, the team has employed caissons to reach deep underground and access areas that have been submerged or otherwise inaccessible. The use of these massive steel tubes has allowed them to bypass some of the island's most treacherous obstacles, such as water-filled shafts and unstable ground. The arrival of caissons for Season 12 suggests that the team has pinpointed a location of great interest, one that warrants a full-scale excavation.